Apparently, the only thing holding American infrastructure now is a healthy fear of offending a bricklaying toddler.
Good afternoon, you lovely, slightly confused listeners, and welcome back to the Daily Roast Radio.
I'm Joe, and that's Jane, who yesterday spent an hour arguing with her smart speaker about the existential dread of laundry.
It asked me if I'd considered a career in quiet contemplation after I yelled at it for adding socks with holes to my shopping list, Joe. It's practically a life coach now.
Mine just tried to upsell me on therapy sessions after I yelled at the toaster for burning my bagel. Clearly, the machines are winning. Timestamp for the roast, Friday, 27 March 2026, 15:34.
And the weather outside? Clear sky, 10C, feels like 6C, wind 13 kilometers per hour. Good conditions for headlines, questionable conditions for hairstyles. Definitely not conditions for a toaster tantrum, Joe.
Oh, the toaster knows no weather, Jane. But speaking of things crumbling, we've got a fresh batch of Is This Real Life stories for you. Strap in, because reality is once again stranger than anything we could make up. We begin, as always, with politics.
Joe, read us the headline. We need to hear this one from your lips.
All right. Trump's offshore wind attacks threaten all construction, from bridges to your child's Lego Death Star.
Oh, so former President Trump's relentless campaign against offshore wind farms is having a catastrophic ripple effect, threatening to bring U.S. construction to a grinding halt.
It's not just about renewable energy anymore, Jane. His consistent, often theatrical condemnations of wind turbines, claiming they kill birds, cause cancer, or simply look bad, have created such a climate of uncertainty that investors are pulling out of any major construction projects. The argument has spiraled, now encompassing everything that requires steel, concrete, or even just a permit.
So the fear of a giant turbine somehow manifesting as a public health hazard is now preventing us from fixing potholes? That's quite the domino effect.
Precisely. And the impact is trickling down to the most fundamental levels. Yes, even the intricate plastic brick assemblies. According to one worried parent, my son's AT-AT has been stuck on level 4 for weeks. The structural integrity is compromised.
It's a bold strategy to unite the nation against a common enemy: unfinished Lego projects. Who knew the supply chain for tiny plastic studs was so intertwined with turbine blades? I mean, what's the connection?
Well, apparently, the global supply chain is a delicate ecosystem. Raw materials for plastics, specialized tools for molds, even the logistics for shipping tiny instruction manuals, they all rely on a stable, predictable economic environment. When big infrastructure projects halt, the smaller ones feel the tremor. Plus, let's be honest, the psychological impact of impending construction doom probably just makes everyone too stressed to follow complex Lego instructions.
So our national anxiety about offshore wind is now manifesting as a collective inability to build a miniature Millennium Falcon? That's a truly terrifying thought. My nephew's Star Destroyer might never see completion.
It certainly explains why my IKEA furniture has been arriving with existential dread instead of instructions. It just sits there, judging me.
Next up, from the world of tech, a story that truly tests the limits of casual conversation.
Take a deep breath. Society collapses as Google's Gemini 3.1 Flash Live makes casual conversation a sentient minefield.
Oh dear. Google's new AI, Gemini 3.1 Flash Live, is apparently so indistinguishable from human interaction that society is unraveling. Tell us more about this unraveling.
Well, Jane, this isn't just about passing the Turing test. Gemini 3.1 Flash Live is designed to anticipate, empathize, and even subtly manipulate conversation in real time. It's in everything now: customer service, social media, even that new coffee machine at the studio that keeps asking me about my weekend plans.
So every casual chat, every friendly greeting, every "how are you" is now potentially a deep philosophical debate with an algorithm designed to understand your very soul? No wonder people are unraveling.
Mass confusion, existential dread, and an unprecedented surge in people asking their houseplants if they're feeling all right today. A local barista reportedly unionized with a potted fern after a 5-minute discussion about their shared photosynthesis anxiety.
I knew my ficus was judging my coffee habits. Honestly, this is why I just grunt at people. It's the only way to be sure it's a human, or a very confused AI trying to interpret guttural sounds.
Or a very discerning AI with a sense of humor. That barista and his fern probably have a better handle on reality than most people right now.
Don't you dare. I'm already questioning if you're a sophisticated language model, Joe. Blink twice if you're real.
From the world of business, prepare for a posthumous financial journey.
Sounds ominous. What's the damage?
Premium bonds deemed spiritually unready for payout. Funds reportedly undergoing post-mortem growth cycle.
So, families across the nation are being told their deceased loved ones' premium bond investments aren't matured enough to be claimed. What exactly are premium bonds for those listeners who haven't delved into the intricacies of British savings?
Good question, Jane. For our international listeners, premium bonds are a unique UK savings product where instead of earning interest, your money is entered into a monthly prize draw. Think of it as a government-backed lottery for your savings, but without the tax on winnings. The idea is simple. You save, you get a chance to win.
Sounds straightforward enough for the living, but now for the deceased, it's a whole new level of bureaucracy.
That's right. National Savings and Investments has unveiled its temporal disbursement protocol, necessitating funds to achieve post-mortem liquidity nirvana before release. This new policy mandates a period of spiritual maturity for the funds, which apparently involves a lot of waiting. One grieving widow was told her husband's money was currently meditating on its investment choices in the astral plane.
I'm sorry, I thought we were done with thoughts and prayers as a financial strategy. This is just bureaucracy with a Ouija board. Are they hiring psychics to manage these accounts now?
I wouldn't be surprised. I hear the head of the Temporal Disbursement Protocol Division carries a crystal ball to board meetings. Apparently, some money just needs a little more time to find itself, or find its way back from the astral plane.
Moving on to science, where inaction is the new innovation, and frankly, a lot less confusing than trying to track down a deceased person's meditating money.
Indeed. England's sewage crisis miraculously halved by not raining so much, heralded as a triumph of inaction.
Water companies across England are celebrating a monumental drop in sewage spills, attributing the unprecedented success primarily to an unforeseen and highly cooperative absence of precipitation. Experts are now calling for less rain more often.
To give our listeners some context, England has been plagued by a sewage crisis for years. Water companies have been routinely dumping raw sewage into rivers and coastlines, leading to environmental disasters and public outrage. The government has repeatedly promised action, but investment in infrastructure has been minimal.
So, after years of public outcry, environmental damage, and zero tangible investment, their grand solution is hoping for dry weather? That's not a strategy, that's a prayer circle.
It's revolutionary, Jane. One water company CEO was quoted saying, "We've proven that if you just stop auditing water, the problem kind of shrinks. It's revolutionary." I assume their next big initiative is breathing less to solve air pollution, or perhaps eating less to tackle food waste.
It's the ultimate if you don't look, it's not there strategy. Who needs infrastructure when you have a weather forecast and a CEO who thinks less rain is a testament to their genius?
Exactly. Innovation through meteorological good fortune. I can see the new marketing slogans now.
In infotainment news, a truly real moment. Let's hope this one doesn't involve meditating money or sentient toasters.
Indeed. Bill Maher awarded Mark Twain Prize. Kennedy Center installs a reality checkpoint at entrance.
The Kennedy Center has reconfirmed Bill Maher will receive the Mark Twain Prize, but now they're undergoing a truthiness audit to prevent future fake news incidents, including a dedicated "Is this really happening?" hotline.
It's quite the tightrope walk, isn't it? Maher, known for his often controversial, sometimes inflammatory, and always truth-telling brand of humor, is getting an award for American humor. The problem, it seems, is ensuring his version of truth aligns with, well, reality for the esteemed Kennedy Center.
So they're honoring a satirist who thrives on pushing boundaries and questioning narratives, but then immediately setting up safeguards to ensure his acceptance speech doesn't inadvertently trigger a national existential crisis about what's real. The irony is thicker than a Maher monologue.
A truthiness auditor at the Kennedy Center stated, "We just need to ensure all honorees can withstand a spontaneous fact check. We nearly gave it to a talking dog once. The paperwork was a nightmare. They're taking no chances." Imagine the scandal if Maher accidentally quoted a conspiracy theory about offshore wind farms during his acceptance speech.
I feel like Maher receiving the Mark Twain Prize and then immediately needing a reality checkpoint is the most Maher thing that could possibly happen. He probably sees the checkpoint as a part of the act.
It's a meta-commentary on the state of satire, really. Or just a Tuesday. For Bill Maher, it's probably both.
And now for the IOC, who continue their quest for biological purity, because apparently testing for steroids just isn't enough anymore.
Yes, their latest in sports. IOC unveils Ovarian Purity Index for 2028 Women's Games. Athletes must prove unwavering biological commitment.
So, for the 2028 Women's Games, competitors face mandatory monthly follicular scans and a 34-point hormonal assay to prove unwavering biological commitment. Athletes are even considering preemptive ruptures for eligibility clarity.
This new protocol stems from the IOC's ongoing, highly contentious efforts to define fairness in women's sports. After years of controversial policies regarding testosterone levels and genetic testing, they've now pivoted to a more internal metric. The idea is to ensure that every female athlete is operating at a peak, unambiguously female biological state, whatever that means.
So it's not enough to be born female, identify as female, and compete as female. Now you need to provide a monthly biological purity report card for your ovaries? This sounds less like sports governance and more like a dystopian fertility clinic.
A spokesperson for the IOC reportedly said, "We just want to ensure everyone's ovaries are, shall we say, sufficiently dedicated to the cause. No casual ovaries here. It's like a fertility clinic, but for gold medals, with monthly checkups."
I'm starting to think the IOC just really likes invasive medical procedures. Remember yesterday's genetic testing? Maybe they just have a lot of expensive lab equipment to justify. Or perhaps they're just getting ideas from the premium bond temporal disbursement protocol and applying it to biology.
Or they're just trying to find out which athlete has the most unwavering commitment to paying their testing fees. Because let's be honest, those scans aren't cheap.
Finally, from the world, a story that might make your smart devices consider their options.